So I pulled the Mesa out of there. The Mesa's a great amp. I'm not doing that stuff ever anymore. I'm gonna sell the Mesa. It's just been sitting here. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll keep it and just keep it in the back and pull it out once in a while for certain things. But I got my Vox serviced last week, and they put a new pot in the master, and there was still some dirty pots. I guess they didn't go through it, but I went through and was able to clean up the pots. And we're gonna. Oh man, this amp is so great. I've had so many texts tell me how great this thing is. It really sounds nice. So let's fire it up. Ladies and gentlemen, Jordan say slow-mo.
Slow-mo, brother.
All right, this is gonna be a shorty. As you can see, I pulled the Mesa. You know, the rectifiers are great amps. I'm not using them, man. I didn't want to use like between the Basement and the Matchless. There's a difference with the AC30, so I messed with it today. It was in the shop this week, having I think I said in the beginning, having a volume pot replaced, and it was still some scratchy stuff. So I spent a little time and worked it out, and there it is. It's back. So this is now going through the cabinet with the gold and the vintage 30, and again the gold. This doesn't have a Royer on it. This could definitely use a Royer for this, but anyway, you get the idea. So, and I've got still those takes with the Basement and the Matchless, and yeah, everything's the same. So it's this. I'm using the same guitar. It's in position 2 on the Strat. Here we go. Alright, so let's just take a gander at that. This one I really can't run through the Matchless cab because the Matchless cab is 4 ohms and this is set for 8. I could do the closed back vintage 30 cab. Here it is. And then the Matchless. And the Vox. Turn this down a little bit. Well, yeah, and this is this cabinet that has the gold speaker. There's no way to really tit for tat this. Here's the Basement in that same cab that this is in now. And here's the AC30. Yeah, it's nice. It's a little more gain. Let me turn a little of the gain down. Let's do it one more time. More like that. Maybe take a little of the treble off. There we go. Just a hair. This is kind of coming to the end, guys. I can't, like, I've hit my quota of ability to listen to myself noodle, let alone anybody else. Oh, here it is with less gain, a little less top end. And then the more gain. Kind of depends on what you're doing. It kind of sounds nicer with less gain. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into the Vintage 30 cab so we can hear that, and then I'll fire up the Les Paul for a minute, and that's it. And that's the end of these videos for today. I really got to start making music, like doing production and putting that into the video, because obviously listening to me strum these same 4 chords is kind of crazy. So now I just patched in the Vintage 30s. Oi! Now I'll put that on standby. Plug in the Vintage 30s. Unstandby it. Unstandby it. Unstandby me. And much louder these are. It depends. The other one's also open back. Yep. That's how I do it. I just like let it go and record and adjust as I go. So here it is. Now this is the same. This is the less gain on the AC30 going into the closed back Mesa with 2 Vintage 30s. Okay, so here is again with the open back cab, one we did before with the gold, but again no ribbon mic on this. Vintage 30s. closed. I like it with the open. I think that I'm going to need to put a ribbon mic on that. Because remember, the top mic is gold, Celestian gold, and the bottom mic here is a vintage 30. The vintage 30 with the 57 is cool. The gold, I did this weird thing with an SM7, and I hate it. I don't know. It's all right, but this would be better with a Royer. So anyway, there you go. So here's back to vintage 30s. Open back with gold and vintage 30. All right, now let's do it, man. Check it out. Chickity check it out before you rickety wreck it out. Les Paul. So this is less gain into the closed back vintage 30. See all this acrobatics I got to go through to hold the dang pick. I'm telling you, man, it ain't easy being cheesy. Yeah, we definitely don't. This is too hot. It was alright. I gotta listen to it. Let me switch cabinets. So this is Les Paul with the vintage 30s. And here, let me switch this out. We'll go back to the open back with the golds. Which one thing I did realize just as I was doing the Les Paul, because I was messing around with something last night, I switched the Neves down to 35, the minus 30 instead of minus 35. A little bit different setting on the Neves, so I don't know. But we're gonna come here. So now we're here. think this switch is dying on my guitar. This pickup switcher, because I keep doing it and it keeps not switching. Anyway, there you go. So let's see what happens. I played a little different kind of thing. Just make, well, you know what we'll do? We'll do this. Kind of split the difference. It's about to wrap. I am wiped out. These are a little too loud. All right, so here is vintage 30s. And open back with gold and vintage 30. Does anybody else find that funny? There's something about that. You know, it's so funny, man. I used to hate the sound of open back cabinets, especially with Les Pauls. I don't know why. They always just sounded like, and now I can and now I've like grown to like appreciate the charm of it. Oh no, man. I've been more with open back cabinets and more with single coil pickups, man. I don't know. It's like life's changing. Here's the AC30 with the Les Paul. Vintage 30s closed. And open. Cool. I kind of like that. You know, I mean, that's for certain things. That's going to be cool, man. Like, it just sounds. I like that. Yeah, it's like very kind of that. You know, like, meow. Close back vintage 30. Probably better for just overall rhythm. But anyway, there you go. So this is my basic setup. These are my like 3 amps in this way. We've got matchless into matchless cab. Man, this just sounds crazy to me. Basement into matchless cab. Like the principal calls and says, "Mr. Lugo, come to the front desk." And now here's the basement into the open back with the gold and the vintage 30. You can hear the same DNA here as you can hear with the Les Paul over here. It's like a little of that wah, wah, wah. Anyway, basement, open back gold, vintage 30. And then 77 Marshall into the closed back vintage 30. Horns raising. Here's the AC30 into the gold vintage 30 cab, open back. More gain. Less gain. Now, same gain structure, but now with the vintage 30 cab. So this is AC30 less gain, vintage 30 cab, closed. So weird thing, it's almost like you can feel like a choking because I guess it's not releasing any air out of the back, which that's cool for certain things, but like feels like I'm holding my breath. This is like I can breathe. Totally different trip. Anyway, here's the Les Paul with the AC30. Vintage 30 closed back. It's too dark. I mean, I would have done other things with it. I just didn't. I would have cut lows and added top end. So here it is. Yeah, Les Paul closed vintage 30. And then Les Paul, same thing. AC30 open back. Sounds like Fastway or something. Was that? Say what you will. One of those songs in A. Life's funny, man. All right, kids. I'm exhausted, man. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning and started cleaning the house like a crazy man. Putting stuff in the shed, getting ready to put stuff up in the attic. Christmas this, that this, guitar amps here. Got rid of these flight cases, man. These flight cases that came with the matchless. They're now out in the shed. Like, yeah. What do you think?